This is GreedFall. If you remember, we left off in our residence, the Desarde residence, and we're working on our companion quest now. So we'll finish up with Vasco's quests, and we will get started heading back down to the port area. Sometimes I think I see some lootables out of the corner of my eye, but didn't. So we'll head on down there. And this is our first playthrough. We're playing through on easy. Our second playthrough will be on extreme. And we will show you how to get the Platinum Trophy. So in this first part, we're need to meet with a merchant over here. Lootables, make sure you grab it, even if it's just for the cash. Where's the guy? Where is he? Again, sometimes it's a little hard to jump off edges. None of these guys either. We've been to the warehouses. Already reserved for nuts. We know this already. Here we go. Oops, where's the exit? There it is over here. And then these are just guards that we're trolling here.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
Desarde, can I do anything for you?
How did you become a Nord?
As you may have guessed, I am sea-given. I was given to the Nords when I was little. I think I was originally from the congregation. I took my first steps on the deck. Did you want anything else?
I must leave you.
Okay, so I guess what we'll have to do at this point is switch up.
You'll find all you need.
Let me check the merchant here.
It's such a pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
Well, while we're here, we
I am
can advance this
conducting an
quest.
investigation.
Really?
As so, please. If you...
I don't know anything. Really? My partner, who ran the shop before me, had a very bad encounter.
And you fear the same thing happening to you.
This is what happens around here. So I prefer to hold my tongue and do what is expected of me.
If you denounce them, we could end this and charge these men for their crime.
I can't take that risk. There are so many of them. Also, I would not be able to name them. Now, I would like to get back to my work. What we need is the money to return. Do you understand? We are very monitored.
I see. In that case, I will leave you.
Alright, and now we'll move over here to the buy column. Oh, here we go. Just spent 80 gold.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
So now we need to convince Dita, the owner of the brothel, to help us. Let's go up this way.
Come closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent. The best forge in Tier 3D. Blades, armor.
So we can go in this door. And you can see with the down arrow means they're downstairs. They're below you, like always.
This part of the establishment is reserved for regular customers who paid an entry fee. Sorry, but I can't let you in.
So pay the entry fee.
In that case, allow me to pay the fee.
We're delighted to have you as a regular
And down we go so we can finish our quests. So if you'd come the other way, you can avoid paying that fee. But if you pay it, then makes it easier for you.
To have a good time?
It seems like you are sending girls and wine to the harbor office every night.
So, there's no law against that, is there?
No, and I'm not here to stop you.
Listen, Dita, we just wanted to add a secret ingredient to your wine tonight.
What? Are you joking? Are you trying to slip a laxative in it?
We were thinking more of sleeping pills. Nothing bad, you see.
Listen, I have nothing against a little prank, but I can't risk losing my best customers.
So let's try charisma. Hopefully we get lucky.
Captain Vasco is very influential among the Nords. Maybe he could help expand your excellent clientele even further.
If you accept, I could arrange for your agreement to come to fruition. In San Mateus, for example.
After such a blow, I may well win a deal in San Mateus, but I'm pretty sure.
So now we have to pay
one I
the
already have.
100 gold
You will have to find another
the
way
bribe.
to perform your little joke. Sorry.
So again, a comment about that stuff.
It looks like my plan has fallen apart.
I'll have to be discreet.
You should dress like a knot, and maybe take a haze potion.
Yes, good idea.
So if you want to succeed with some of those transactions, I guess, or interactions, not transactions, interactions, just save beforehand. You can save scum it. So we'll return to the port. Since we failed with Dita.
It would be better if you go there at night. It will be much more discreet. We can wait here if you're ready.
I'm ready. We just have to wait for nightfall.
And then that automatically, picking that choice
Alright,
automatically
it's
kicks it
dark
off
enough.
for you,
It's
that
time
it's
to
night.
move.
I'll wait
Otherwise,
here
you
as
can do other
planned.
things.
Can't risk getting caught there.
Don't worry. I'll make sure not to hurt anyone.
Good luck, Desarde.
Like I was saying, you can wait until the time actually happens. The game time moves forward. Again, don't pass too close to the guards and you shouldn't have any trouble. Here comes one. Let's swing a little wide of him.
Oh, if I don't find that key, I'm gonna get my arse.
So we need to go to the Harbor Master's office, which we know is in the back up here. Okay, now we need to go back to get Vasco. You see that he did not accompany us, only Siora did. That's just the way this quest plays out. It's not entirely a big deal. Go through the gate, and you can jump the fence. Should be good to go now. Head back up to the marker.
I was able to recover your file, Vasco. And nobody saw me.
Wonderful. You did everything perfectly. So, let's see what this file can tell us. So I was right. My real name is Leandra, son of the Darcy family from Serene. Nobles, I suppose.
Yes. I must admit that I had no idea they had given a son to the Nauts.
To think that I spent my childhood polishing ship bridges when I could have been wearing silk.
I'm sorry for you, Vasco. But growing up in nobility is not as simple as it sounds.
Really? Well, whatever. I've learnt my real name thanks to you, and that's what I wanted.
Leandra Darcy. I remember coming across a Darcy at my uncle's court. Your brother, no doubt.
My brother? What was he like?
It was a long time ago. We were children. I couldn't tell you what he looks like today.
A brother? I wonder if we are alike despite our completely different lives. Thank you for sharing this and for telling me about him. You gave me back my identity. This is more important than the Nauts care to admit.
Okay, so +3 reputation with Vasco. We're nice. Now you need to talk to him one more time at this point to help move the romance options along. I will show you.
Desarde, can I do anything for you?
Do you wish you were never given to the Nauts?
How could I not be regretful? I never got to experience a mother's love or a lavish youth.
So now you want to make sure that you ask him if he has any happy memories. This is necessary if you're going to romance him, which we are going to do for the trophy. So let's do that.
Don't you have any happy memories?
I do, of course I do. For example, I remember the first time I climbed up the shrouds. The incredible view, the dizziness, the sensation of complete freedom. It was an unforgettable moment.
I can only imagine how you felt. But it sounds amazing.
It was. I wouldn't trade that memory for all the gold in the world. Thank you, Desarde. You've given me a lot to think about. Did you want anything else?
So you can see the reputation +2 now for him.
Had you ever heard about the Darcys before?
No, I had not. As you know, there are many noble families in Serene, and there was a time when a lot of them had to give a child to the Nords.
So either one of these, maybe both. Let's see
I
what
am
we get.
certain that they would be very proud to see that their son is now a famous captain.
I doubt it. Once we're taken away from our homes, we become anonymous. The nobility see the Nords as nothing more than a necessary evil. We are no longer their children. Did you want anything else?
I must leave you.
Okay, so let's head back to our house. Our residence. And we will switch companions and work on
Come closer, good
Kurt's
liquor and wine from the
companion quests. And as I mentioned before, it's best if you not run him with Siora, so she's the one we're going to remove from the team, and we will add Kurt. Step outside and change the quests. Side quest. Okay, so we need to talk to Kurt. Let's pull him away from the door so it's easier to do.
Greenblood, tell me, do you remember that young recruit I spoke to you about? I would still like to present him to you. So then, would you like to accompany me to meet him?
But of course. Let's go.
Raina must be with the other recruits in the barracks.
I've been asking myself why everyone calls you Captain, seeing as you have no ship. But now I'm beginning to understand.
I'm happy to have poured some oil in your lantern, sailor.
And it's easiest if you go through the archway here rather than taking the long way around. This is a little shorter even though it seems like the long way around. Unless you have vigor, in which case you could cross the boards up there. Need to go to the barracks.
Good day, soldiers.
Your Excellency,
Captain,
Soldiers,
may we be of service?
I'm looking for the soldier, Raina. Is he in the barracks?
I never heard that name before, Captain.
never heard the name, Captain.
That's strange. I'm certain he was sent here.
Maybe he's been moved since then. When was the last time you'd heard news of him?
In Serene, just before our departure. But that's been a couple of months.
If I may, Captain, should I have a word with the quartermaster?
That's right, Captain. He has a register with the affectations of every recruit in the Blue-Silver Regiment. Anything else, Excellency?
What is your charge?
Maintain order in the city, Excellency. Anything else, Excellency?
Rank and assignment, soldiers.
Recruit, first class, Blue-Silver Regiment, 8th Company, Your Excellency.
The Blue-Silver Regiment is made up of men attributed to serve the Congregation of Merchants. I'm one of them, and the 8th Company was sent to Tier for D, with 2 other companies.
Anything else, Excellency?
There you go. Now we can leave.
That
We've
will
asked
be
everything
all.
we need to ask.
At ease, soldiers.
And now we need to talk to the quartermaster who's around the corner.
Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
I've been looking for one of my recruits. Goes by the name of Rain. I would like for His Excellency to meet him.
Rainer? I'm sorry, Kurt. I thought you'd been informed.
Informed about what?
He is dead. He was found, drowned in the port harbour day before yesterday. I was told he had too much to drink and fell in. I'm extremely sorry, Kurt. The young men drink more than they can handle when they're on leave.
That's bollocks. That lad isn't the sort to sully himself with drink. I don't believe it.
People change. When they're far from home, the lads have little else to do.
I still don't believe it.
Listen, you might as well go and ask the doctor down in the morgue. I might have misunderstood what was reported to me. Those doctors use such long words for simple things.
Excellent idea. At least you'll see it for yourself.
You're right. Let's go.
Is there anything else?
No, thank you.
Alright, and downstairs we know is over here, because we've been down there before.
Well now, a visit. Can I help you with something?
Whatever is a Doctor of the Bridge Alliance doing in the barracks of the New Serene Coin Guard?
I was posted here from the University of Al-Sad, as per their agreement with the Guard.
Agreement? What sort of agreement?
The Guard requested dedicated doctors for the care of their troops. The university accepted under two conditions: that the doctors practice only in the territories of the Bridge or her allies, and that we have the privilege of examining all of their corpses, in the interest of anatomical study. These requests were made official thanks to the Agreement Charter, and I must say we have been able to increase our knowledge of anatomy immensely. Anything else?
We are here concerning the matter of Recruit Rainer.
Are you family or friends?
You could say that. I'm the one who recruited the lad.
I see. Well, what I can do is tell you what I can.
When was the body brought to you?
Day before yesterday, in the early morning.
Can you tell me anything about the circumstances?
All I know is what I was told by the fellows who brought the body to me. They said they'd spent the evening together at the tavern, that they'd had a great deal to drink. A horrid habit the soldiers all seemed to share.
Rainer was not a drinker.
Maybe not. All the same, he was drinking that night. He stepped outside for a moment and never came back in. His companions found him drowned in the bay early morn, and they brought him to me.
How then did he die, in your opinion?
He drowned. I'm sorry. It's regrettable. He was quite a young man.
Yeah, and his death makes no sense. He didn't drink, and he knew how to swim.
All the same, that's what happened. I greatly regret it.
And we asked the last question.
Might we take a look at the body?
No, I wouldn't recommend that. To see your friend in such a state.
I'm a soldier, Doc. I've seen a number of men in pieces. Let me see the young lad.
I regret, Captain, I cannot allow that.
I have as of yet to present myself. I'm Lady de Sardet, Legate of the Congregation of Merchants on Tirfredi. And as the title infers, I have the power to inspect this barracks and all that it contains. Therefore, I must insist.
I see. 1,000 pardons, Excellency. I should have recognized you and shown more respect. It's the body in the middle. Examine him if you must, but please be so kind as to not leave a mess after you.
Okay, so our charisma check worked. He just go through the door behind him.
This doesn't look like the body of young Rainer.
Obviously not, because it's this one.
This one is just a boy. His face is still locked in an expression of pain. Kurt, is this your recruit?
Yes, that's my Rainer. Poor kid. I should have left him with his family where he was.
We'll need to examine the body to learn more. Is that all right?
He's not the first young man I've seen with the lights gone from his eyes. Go on.
I'm no doctor, but this boy doesn't seem to have drowned at all. It looks like he's been beaten. It's suspicious.
The boy I knew would never have drunk himself senseless to the point he'd fall into the bay, I'm telling you.
I believe you, Kurt. But if we want to prove it, we'll need to find more evidence.
So you can see the autopsy results doesn't exactly lend itself to drowning.
Excuse me, Doctor, but you owe us a few explanations. This boy did not die by drowning.
It is absolutely the cause of death, I assure you. The science of death is a complex art, and you are certainly not a doctor.
That is true, but you are. Do you recognize your own notes? Your writing is hard to read, but the word drowning never appears.
What an idiot. I should have burned those notes. I am truly sorry. I swear I have never, ever falsified a report before. But I was given no choice in the matter.
How's that? What are you talking about?
Two men, lieutenants I believe, brought a body to me telling me the boy had drowned in an accident. I saw immediately this was a lie, but I did not push the matter. I began my examination, planning to submit my report to the quartermaster as per usual. But the men returned. I was told to forget what I'd discovered and say that he had indeed drowned, or else.
Who were they?
I have no idea. I had never seen them before at the barracks. I guessed their rank by their uniforms.
What colours were they sporting?
None. They must have removed the emblems of their regiment. Listen, it's obvious that this boy was beaten repetitively, and that was the cause of death. I have no intention of suffering the same fate.
Have no fear, Doctor. We will make no mention of your name.
My condolences, Kurt. I'm truly sorry. I know the pain of losing a crewman.
Thank you, Vasco.
All right, so now we need to go upstairs. You can see by the arrow above our symbol, there it is. Back to the quartermaster.
Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
We have a situation, Manfred. Rayner didn't drown. The doctor falsified his report. He was threatened and feared for his own life.
You have to be pulling me leg. Who bullied the crowface?
Lieutenants that he didn't recognize, alas, and who wore no regiment emblems.
Which regiment was Rayner assigned to? I would like to have a word with his commanding officer.
Let me have a look at the register. My memory isn't what it once was. Stab my heart with a rusty blade. His name's been crossed out. Oh, if I catch the bastard that did that.
What mess was the boy into, Manfred? What could this be about?
Your lad was in the 6th or maybe the 11th, before being reassigned to who knows where.
Just like that? You out of everyone have to know where the recruits are assigned.
Not of late. This isn't the first lad who's been reassigned all of a sudden at the drop of a hat. Each time I start complaining about it, I'm told they've changed regiments, and it's not my concern.
Something truly bizarre is going on here. I don't like this at all.
Let's try and discover which company he was stationed at before this mysterious reassignment.
Is there anything else?
No, thank you.
I need to get to the bottom of this mystery, Greenblood. I don't like being taken for a fool. Even if the lieutenants weren't stationed at these barracks, someone here must know where Rayner was assigned.
We should also go and check the tavern. Men on leave will perhaps have looser lips than those within the walls.
So rather than go out the door to the tavern, it's also through this door. Otherwise you can go out that door and all the way around the building, or you can just cut through here like we're doing. And here we are.
What can I pour for you?
I'm looking for information concerning a young recruit going by the name of Raina.
Sorry, there's nothing but soldiers here. With a few sailors. Well, one recruit or another. It's half a dozen of one, 6 of the other to me. You should just try talking to them yourself. You got yourself quite a selection.
Good day, soldier.
Good day, my lady.
De Sardet, legate of the congregation on Tirfredi.
Captain Kurt.
Oh, excuse me, Excellency. I didn't know. Captain, at your service, my lady. Excellency.
You don't quite look like you've got the hang of all this.
It's quite normal for a new
I joined up 4 months ago, but at the beginning we were on board ship, you see. I started exercises when we got to New Serene, but
And do you like it here?
I sure do. That's why
I do.
Anything else?
That will be all, soldier. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Okay, so that's done. Let's... Oh, didn't mean to go out that door, but since we're out that door, we'll head back around. We need to talk to the 2 lieutenants now. So let me go in the door. Let me change this. Upstairs, this lieutenant of the 6th. And we'd been up here before, if you remember, so you're going to go through to the right. The signs will tell you, by the way. I keep zipping through them. In this room, and to your right.
Good day, Lieutenant.
Excellency, what's your pleasure?
What company do you serve?
The 6th, Excellency. Anything else?
To where are you assigned?
The 6th Company is in charge of exploration and expansion of the colony of the Congregation of Merchants on the island. We operate mainly in the wilderness areas, in direct contact with the natives. But don't worry, we respect to the letter congregation directives and standing orders. We avoid all confrontation with them as much as possible. Anything else?
So you have to ask all the other questions first before you get the question about Rainier, and then you can ask him about that.
We're investigating the death of Raina, a young recruit. Do you know anything about it?
Sorry, Your Excellency. That name doesn't ring a bell. And I know nothing about her death.
That's truly a pity.
Okay, and if you hadn't already, you can loot this room. We did that already, by the way, so nothing left for us to loot. Now talk to Lieutenant of the 8th, which is in this door. So you go out one, come in the other. There's the Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
Excellency, can I help you?
What company do you serve, Lieutenant?
The 8th Company, Excellency. Excellency.
Of course, now you have to ask both questions again before you get the Rainier question.
Where are you assigned?
My company, the 8th Company, is responsible for city and palace security. A capital assignment. As for myself, I'm essentially in charge of training and managing the recruits. We have quite a few here. The youngsters are attracted to the dream of Tirfredi. And believe me, if we want them to live up to their duties, there's no time to dally. Excellency.
We're investigating the death of a young recruit named Raina. Do you know anything about the matter?
No, sorry, Your Excellency. That name is completely foreign to me. And I pride myself on knowing the names of all my recruits. As a matter of fact, they were all present at roll call.
Lieutenant, the lad that we're talking about was one of my own recruits. Someone pretended that he drowned himself, while in truth he'd been severely beaten to death. Assassinated. You more than anyone should understand what I'm feeling, so if you have anything else to say...
My condolences, Captain. I understand, and I'm sorry. I don't really know much about this affair. I've just heard people talking, and I know that it's frowned upon to broach the subject, especially with people on the outside.
What happens in the Guard concerns only the Guard, I know that. But I'm not sure myself.
Is that right? All I can tell you is that Rayner isn't the first to vanish from his company. Other youths, the most promising among us, are regularly reassigned. I don't know where they've gone, nor what they do, but we never see them again. That's all I can tell you. Now leave me in peace.
Alright, well that is something. Again, if you hadn't looted the room already, you can. And now we need to go downstairs again. So the lieutenant in the 11th go through this way. It's going to be the one outside. We passed them when we were looting this place quite a bit earlier. Here we go.
Hello, officer.
Excellency, can I do something for you?
What's your assignment?
The 11th is assigned to road and outpost security for the congregation on the island. As for me, I'm responsible for the training of recruits and the patrol duty roster. Anything else?
Could you tell me which company you serve?
The 11th, Excellency. Anything else?
So you get to ask 2 questions, then you can ask about Rainier.
We are concerned about the death of a young recruit named Rayner. Have you heard anyone talking?
Sorry, Your Excellency. I'm not in a position to answer that.
Why's that?
It's just that, I don't remember that name. That's all. Sorry, Captain. Anything
Likely.
else?
Thank you, Lieutenant. Farewell.
And now we need to investigate the tavern where we started out. It's the quartermaster. Bypass him. Take the inside route is what we're gonna do. Through the kitchen and into the tavern. So now you can see there's a number of people we can talk to.
Excellency!
I saw you in the palace, if I'm not mistaken.
Your Excellency has a good eye and memory. I am one of the officers, in charge of the protection of your cousin's councillors. How can I help you?
You said you were responsible for the protection of my cousin's councillors.
That's right, Your Excellency. It's my assignment. When I'm not on leave, that is.
And what sort of work do you carry out exactly?
Essentially to assure that every one of those prestigious persons is accompanied by a guard. But I also have to follow and verify their personnel. Valets, chambermaids, secretaries.
And is everything in order? One of our councillors is an old professor of mine. You know how it is.
All is as should be expected, Excellency. Lord de Cassilion is in good hands, rest assured. Anything else?
And you can ask about Rainier.
We are investigating the death of a young recruit, a certain Rayner.
I've never heard the name before. He's not one of my men.
I know, but you might at least have heard someone mention him in passing.
Did he die at the palace?
No, we have no idea where it happened, only where the body was found. So?
I'm sorry. That doesn't ring any bells. None at all.
I recruited the lad myself, Lieutenant. And just a while ago, I saw his body broken and bruised in the morgue. Someone has been trying to cover this up, to lead us down false trails at every turn. But Rayner deserves justice. I know you have to understand that.
I hear you. The murder of one of our own should not go unpunished. But alas, I don't know how I can help you. This is the first I've heard about it.
Okay. So now we're kind of boxed in here while this person is throwing up around us. Blast this fool over here.
Good day, Lieutenant.
Milady, you're one of the governor's confidants, see you not?
Indeed. De Sardet, the governor's legate.
My sincere pardon, Excellency. I didn't want to show any disrespect. Captain?
Lieutenant!
How can I help you?
We seek information concerning a young recruit. A certain Rainer.
Rainer? Sorry, name isn't familiar to me. He must be with another company.
Are you sure about that? This is an important matter.
I'm certain, Captain. Was he family to you?
I recruited him. You know what that's like. The boy was killed and then tossed in the bay. I want the head of whoever's responsible.
I did hear talk of a young lad found in the port waters. That's my sector. But I was told that it was an accident, and I had no reason to doubt it. Are you sure the lad was murdered?
Absolutely certain. Beaten to death, to be precise.
That's horrible. But I don't know anything about it.
Too bad. Thank you all the same. Goodbye, Lieutenant.
Hello, my darlings. It's rare to see the upper crust in. Do you and yours want to have a good...
I'm sorry, but I'm not here for...
Really? What would you like, then?
I'll let you get on.
What a shame. Come back soon.
Okay, let's talk to this guy again.
At your service.
Since you know who we are...
Ah, yes, my lady. Anything else?
Here. You seem tired and a little on edge. A drink would do you some good.
It's just that I don't know if I'm allowed.
You're on leave, or you wouldn't be at the tavern. Then why not?
Yes, but this is His Excellency's own bottle. I don't know if I can.
Drink, I tell you.
Now then, why don't you tell us what you know about Rainer?
Well, I didn't serve with him. Well, not really. We just crossed paths. He was leaving the 11th when I joined. Everyone said he was good, strong, and, followed orders. And then, poof! Lieutenant got this order, and he wasn't happy. And I mean really quite unhappy. And then Rainer, he was gone. We never saw him again. We asked where he'd been sent, but the lieutenant didn't want to tell us. Said that it was none of our business. But you, he won't be able to say no to you. You should go and offer him a drink too.
Where can we find your lieutenant?
At the barracks.
Thank you. And watch yourself when leaving. Wouldn't want you to fall into the bay. That will be all, soldier. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Okay, back to the Lieutenant of the 11th. Go through the single door. Follow around, go through the door again. If you remember, the Lieutenant from the 11th is the one that's on the first floor here. Through the double doors and hang a right. There he is. And just because I mention it, go ahead and save the game. I know I've told you before when we're having these conversations that that's what you'll want to do. We can get through it without doing it, but in an effort to show you what to do along with my advice,
Excellency, can I do something for you?
we made the save. So now let's insist.
Are you sure that you can't help us? Something terrible has befallen the poor boy.
Let's be perfectly straight. We know that Rainer belonged to your company. And as the acting lieutenant instructor, you certainly had him under your command. So just stop with the lies. We've lost enough time here.
You know what they say? Guard business is well guarded.
And concerns only the guard. Now, unless you've lost your eyesight, you've a captain in front of you.
I know. But this story is dangerous, Captain.
If you have so much as an ounce of respect for the boy, speak to us. Don't you believe he deserves justice?
Yes, of course. Rayner was indeed a member of my company, and an excellent recruit. But you already know that.
Continue.
One morning, I got a note telling me he'd been transferred from my company. He'd received a new assignment. I was so furious that I did my own little investigation to see where he'd been sent. It wasn't easy. No one wanted to give me answers. No one seemed to know anything. But one thing's for certain. Rayner wasn't the only man to have disappeared. I learned that a good many recruits, all the cream of the crop, had been reassigned. And finally, I learned about the existence of a phantom regiment.
What sort of nonsense are you talking about?
A sort of secret, elite company that were following a special training program.
Where can we find them?
I've no idea. I had to put my investigation to rest. Things were getting dangerous. I began to sense I was being watched. This regiment protects its secrets at all costs with few scruples. If you want to know more, the training officer of the 6th might know something. It's been said that he took part in one of their missions, alongside them.
Are you certain you've nothing more to tell me about this infamous secret regiment?
I've told you everything I know, at the risk of ending up like Rayner, Excellency. Go and see the officer of the 6th if you want to learn more. And leave me alone now. Anything else?
Thank you, Lieutenant. Farewell.
So, alright, so back upstairs to Lieutenant of the 6th. And all this talk of ghost regiments, secret units. See, dormitories. So it's the first lieutenant we talked to before. Enter the door, make a right turn. Talk to this
Good day,
knucklehead.
Lieutenant.
Excellency, what's your pleasure?
Tell me about the Phantom Regiment.
About what? I have no idea what you're talking about, Your Excellency.
So again, you can see we're low. Let's start with Kurt.
Are you certain you don't know where this Phantom Regiment camp can be found?
Absolutely certain. And to be honest, I hope I never hear about this matter again.
Rayner was one of my recruits, Lieutenant. A young man that I admired. He was killed. His death was disguised. We've been lied to time and time again. Thanks to my friend, we finally learned that the boy had rejoined the Phantom Regiment. And so now, you're gonna tell me all you know without being a weasel about it. Trust me, you don't want me to lose my nerve.
But, Captain,
Now!
I've seen the regiment. Even fought beside them on an operation. On that occasion, our marching orders were kept secret until the last minute. We were asked to remove our regiment emblems. And our pay wasn't even recorded. And of course, we were ordered to speak to no one about it under any circumstances. I hope you realize the risk I'm taking, talking to you about all this.
Have no fear. We understand. What was this operation?
An attack. A lightning strike. On a caravan from the Bridge Alliance.
Marvelous. A company that behaves like back-alley bandits.
I know. It really shakes up the honor code. The regiment is made up of young recruits, carefully chosen. Only the best make it through. The training is extremely arduous. And my guess is that Rayner isn't the only one who's died from it. I know that they set up camp just outside the city, where the men live and train. But I'd be at a loss to tell you precisely where it's found. Sorry, Captain.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
This story is making me sick. Poor Rayner. If I'd have known, I'd never have recruited him.
I'm sorry, Kurt.
This isn't your doing. But these filthy phantoms, or whatever they are gonna have to settle the debt. Believe me.
You do realize that your own commander is certainly involved in this on some level. Outright clandestine operations could not have taken place without his approval.
That he's aware of the existence of the regiment, there is no doubt. That he approves of what they're doing. It wouldn't be the first head that didn't know what his hands were up to.
What do you wish to do now?
I'm gonna find the location of this camp. I have a few friends that can certainly help us. And when I know where to smoke out these bastards, I'll go and have a few fiery words. If you were of a mind to accompany me, 2 of us would not be too many to make sure they settle their debts.
Let me know when you discover where they are to be found.
You can count on me.
Okay, so you see the reputation with Kurt went up. We completed one quest and got a new one. But before we can advance that one, we have to progress the main quest, as you see. And you saw with coin guards, our reputation goes down 1 if you bribe him or are successful with your charisma check. That doesn't happen to you. But there's enough points where we can build up friendly points that I chose the route that I did. Now that that's over, you want to talk to Kurt again so that you can build up the romance chance for him. So let's talk to him.
Greenblood, my friend. Do you need something?
You seemed really attached to Raynor.
He brought some memories back. I was a bit like him at his age, and I felt responsible for his well-being. After all, I recruited him. Why? Don't tell me you're jealous of this poor kid.
So the choice you want to make is the third one here. Tell him that it was so that you could understand him better. This is one you need to romance him and get the trophy.
Don't be foolish. It's just that you seemed so hurt about everything he went through. I wanted to understand how you felt.
That's kind. I'm sorry I made that stupid comment. This whole matter makes me nervous. I should have known that you were far too subtle to feel like that. Anything else?
You told me that you enlisted at a very young age. But do you have any pleasant memories of your childhood?
Some, yes. Why? What kind of memories were you thinking about?
Tell me about a happy memory of yours. A memory that makes you smile.
I have a few sweet but blurry memories of my wet nurse. I remember her smell of crushed flowers and herbs. But when I try to remember something happy, it's the memory of a later event that stirs. The memory of a day when we skipped training to go for a swim in the river. It was spring. We waded for a good part of the afternoon into a marvelous little cold stream, running over a bed of round pebbles. Isn't it odd that appears to be my happiest memory?
No, it was a moment of freedom. You were carefree. I guess that's why you remember it.
You're right. Since that day, there hasn't been much room in my life for being carefree. Anything else?
Nope, now we're good.
I must leave you.
Okay, so out we go. And let's flip to the quests. We can't advance this one, so we will switch to an aspiring merchant. For that one, we need to, as you can see, obtain a patent. And for that, we need to go back to the minister's office. Well, the palace, and then we'll go to the minister's office. See, it looks like we've done enough to get some of the chests to refill. Either that or I missed that one before. We can talk to this guy as well, since we haven't yet.
Great pleasure to see you again at the forge. What can I do for you?
I was told that someone found...
Of course. The town isn't that big. We all know each other here. Poor Renault. We found his body on the street by the port. He was beaten to death. One of his associates half-heartedly took over the shop.
Have the culprits been found?
No. Listen, it's been months since it happened. An investigation's not gonna bring him back.
I'm currently investigating an extortion. Are you one of the merchants who has been threatened?
No, not at all.
Really? Come on.
I mean no offense, but you won't be able to do anything. I want to hold on to my business. And my life. How about some new armor?
You were obviously a victim of these bandits. One of your people is dead. Yet you refuse.
It's precisely because one of our... Now, you can either buy something, or because I am not going to say one more word about this case.
I didn't learn much. All these merchants are terrified. I think it will be easier to convince the one who lost his partner to help us.
Okay, so let's head to the palace so we can talk to the minister. That's the Decoulier guy. And get a patent. I already showed you his office. It's through this little set of corridors right here, the library looking area. And there he is. So let's go ahead and save. For dialogue options, shouldn't be difficult. In fact, might not be a problem at all.
Minister.
Your Excellency, it is always an honor. How may I serve you?
I would like to talk to you about an islander who is trying to set up shop in our city. Since he doesn't have a patent, his wares get confiscated as soon as he receives them.
And you want me to provide him? I would be delighted to show you the procedure to follow so that we may... You'll understand that we cannot give an authorization without having We must determine the tax rate according to this value, determine the best emplacement. In short, these things take time. A lot of time.
So let's try the charisma.
I'm certain that my cousin will be delighted to hear that and he will probably...
Indeed. I seem to recall reading a circular on the necessity of establishing good relations with the natives. We could accelerate things by leaving some formalities for later.
I would think so too.
Very well. In that case... Here's the patent that will allow your protégé to legally pursue his activity in the city. You should give him this copy. The other one will be kept in the archives. However, one of my representatives will visit his store.
Thanks a lot, Minister. Looking forward to seeing you again.
Would you like anything else?
That'll be all.
Goodbye, Your Excellency.
All right, there we go. So our charisma check passed. We have the patent. We just need to return to the merchant. Through the archway. And there he is.
You came back. Something terrible happened.
What is it? I was just bringing you the patent you needed to set up shop.
The Bud Irony came back, and they took my cousin away. He came to bring us animal pelts and new objects from the village. But the warriors came back. They took everything he was bringing me. And they also took him. I don't know what they will do with him. Please, bring him back to me.
I don't see why they would have arrested your cousin, but I'll try to find out.
All right. So back to the barracks. So you can see why we chose to do all these quests at this time, because it just stacks a bunch of quests on top of each other. And we're going around in the same circuit.
Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
I've come to see you again to talk about the Islander merchant. I managed to obtain a license for him, but he informed me that while I was taking care of this, his cousin...
I'm sorry, Your Excellency. Especially considering you've managed to obtain an official authorization for him. I'm afraid my men ran out of patience when they saw this hunter making delivery. They wanted to confiscate his cargo, but the lad resisted and
Surprise,
he
surprise.
was thrown in jail for disorderly conduct. If
Wonderful.
you want to set him free, that's where you must go. Sorry, again, Your Excellency. I should have known you'd managed to obtain the necessary license for your protege and told the patrol. Is there anything else?
No, thank you.
Alright, back. The jail we know is downstairs. Because we've been there before. Down we go. And talk to the jailer. It's easier if you go around the side here.
Hello, what can I do for you?
I'm looking for a prisoner. A native who should have been brought here recently.
You're a bit late. He was sent to fight in the arena.
In the arena?
What?
So this man was judged? Who pronounced the sentence?
Whoa there! Do you really think that we would organize a proper trial for a savage? He attacked some guards. He's lucky he wasn't gunned down right there and then. At least in the arena, he has a chance of survival since apparently he's a hunter.
This man was only defending the goods he was bringing to his cousin. And now he has to fight for his life.
I have no hand in this. I'm not the one who made this decision. They brought him here and then they took him away, that's all.
What did you do with the goods he had with him?
They got confiscated, put in the storeroom like all the rest. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Alright, not a surprise. So let's go to the storeroom. Pick up his goods. And now you can see our quest, be a victor in the arena. So we're going to have to do some arena fighting. Wunderbar. So we need to head back up the stairs here. Again, you can cut through the building a bunch if you want. So we will. We've already paid, what's his face, the money. This guy, we already paid him. You can see the arrow telling us we need to go downstairs. And we need to go through this door into the arena, which is a whole separate area, so we have to treat it as such. So a reminder again, friend and follow us on Twitch. We appreciate having you along, joining us in chat. Definitely talk it up with everybody that's there. So here you go. You can see there's a camp right there. Let me show you everything here. There's crafting table as well. And I'll explain why all that is there in just a moment.
Good day, and welcome to the arena. Is this your first time?
It is.
Excellent. The crowd just loves to see new faces. So, are you ready to rise to the challenge? Or would you like a little reminder of the rules before jumping in? Unless, of course, you're just here to go over the basics and get in some practice.
Okay, so you see we have the quest Champion of the Arena, and we have a bunch of other ones. There's a trophy for winning or becoming the champion of the arena. There's 5 challenges. What we're going to do is we'll ask for the rules just so you guys understand what that is. It's a big deal when you're playing on extreme, by the way. You won't be able to do it at this point. If you're good enough, you might be able to get away with it now because we have a few levels on us.
Could you explain the rules again?
Certainly. Regular combats take place in groups. 2 of your companions will fight at your side. In order to become a champion, you'll need to win the 5 challenges that become more and more difficult. Each challenge is broken down into 3 rounds. You can take a breather in between each one, but if you give up on a challenge, you'll need to start all over again from the beginning. Once the challenge has been completed, you can fight any of the rounds you've already won again, just for the fun of it.
Okay, so that's the rules. So actually what you're doing is you're fighting 15 battles. There's 3 rounds for each of the challenges. Like he said, you can stop in between each one, and that's why there's the crafting table and craft supplies if you need them. Healing potions, magic potions, other potions that you think you might need. So anyways, to advance our quest, what we're going to do is ask to fight alongside the hunter prisoner. So our companions will not be fighting with us. It'll be just us and the hunter and trying to win the fight.
I wish to fight alongside the island hunter that was captured.
Really? You'd have to go in alone. Your friends will need to stay in the stands. Are you sure that this prisoner is worth risking your life for?
This man has been the victim of terrible injustice. I cannot stand aside without doing anything.
Oh, that's extremely noble of you. But it's just the sort of crazy idea that the crowd loves. I have to warn you, though. If you want to fight now, you will lose your bonus in the running challenges. So, what'll it be?
So we'll fight now because we haven't started the 5 challenges.
I am ready to fight.
Excellent. In that case, the arena awaits you.
Helps if you pay attention to the guys charging you. So we could drink another potion, but I'll just dodge him a bunch here, and we'll wait for magic to fill up. Usually you want to hit the dodge button twice to avoid these guys. You can see we're slowly wearing them down. One more hit is all it takes, so I'll save the fury that we built up. There we go.
What a show! You've won the affections of the crowd. And when the crowd makes a decision, it gets what it wants. You're free, prisoner.
I owe you my life, on Almanawi.
Blessed be the winds that have blown you to my side. By what name should I address you?
My name is de Sardet. In fact, it's your cousin the merchant that sent me. Follow me. Let's go and find him.
So there we go. Now we just have to return to the merchant, and we'll be moving this quest along. And you can see there you can configure up to 12 shortcuts from your tactical pause menu. On extreme, you'll want to be using that a bunch. But easy should be fine. Again, about talent points and gear, which we've already learned about. Also, companions, if they're friendly with you, you can get a boost from them.
I'm glad to see you again. Oh, Ven. Oh, I'm so glad to see you alive.
Then you must thank this Onol Manawi. He fought to save me.
Thank you. May the grass always be soft beneath your feet.
Don't mention it. I also brought you back your goods.
May the trees always bear you fruit. We owe you a lot. You should go see Ulan, the chief of Vignamri, my village. He wants to be friends with the Renaigse. Since you are a legate, you could talk to him.
Okay, so there we go. Now we need to meet with this Ulan. Here, I'll show you the quest while we're at it. Meet with Ulan, and we'll finish this one up. You can see we have this new one, champion of the arena. But we'll go out this way. This way it's guiding us. We haven't gone this way before, if you remember. Some coins we can loot, some ammo. There's lots of stuff to loot on your way down here. There's the caravan guy. You can go to any city that you've already discovered. Let's pick up the pace here. Loot another chest. There's a lot more plants we can loot. Since we're not really doing science, we don't need a bunch of them, by the way. But anyways, we're looting some of this stuff. This area up here, this first left, you'll come up here to complete a quest later on. Right now there's nothing here. So we got that one. That animal. As I mentioned, there's a trophy for killing 20 of them. We didn't stealth around, so we're kind of lucky to get a hold of him before he was able to get away from us. Don't see any iron on the walls right here, but there is some as we travel along this way. And outside the city, there's always lots of stuff that you can loot on your way. Between ore and other things, flowers. So over here, make a right turn. And you can make another right. There's some more stuff over here you can loot. There's the other path that we did not choose to come up. Doesn't matter. They both work. Guess I could make this easier for y'all to see what we're doing if I show you the map of where we are. So you can see, you can go all the way back here and it's kind of like a loop. So that's what we'll do. Climbed up, you can make this right turn into another area. I think there's a vigor area. You can loot this iron. Got some refined ore, that's good for us. That makes upper level gear. Equipment. You kind of got to be careful with the ore stuff on the way it looks. It's easy to overlook it, and it's really hard to see the little yellow sparklies emanating from it. So just kind of a warning to you. I probably missed some over here already. See, there's one. So you can barely see the sparklies coming off. It's usually a round bulbous thing on the side that lets you know that it's a lootable with regards to ore. So before we climb up one more, we'll check all the way around here. Can't go down. Okay, I think I got everything. So let's head over here to the next area we can climb up. The next lootable. Oh, look at that pure iron ore. That's good for level tier 3 items. Here's some more we can loot. Refined is good for tier 2. So that looting is all good for us. You come to the end of the road here, and then if you have vigor level 2, you can jump across. And we do not have vigor level 2, so we cannot jump across. So we'll just head back the way we came. Descend. Missed one. We'll head back and then go meet with Ulan. Is that one I missed as well? No. Alright, and then we just head back. There's the path we didn't take up the first time. Okay, over here is Ulan. You can also see there's another quest there, but we'll worry about that one in a little bit. So one thing I want to point out to you here in the chest, we wound up with a, I don't see it, where might it be? Okay. So let's use the workbench and see what we have that we can, we're still sporting a low level novice ring, so we'll need to fix that at some point. We have this cutlass. If we ever had to use it, we could upgrade it. I try to avoid having to use it. But let's go ahead and upgrade. We can probably do it pretty cheaply here. Oh, let me check. So before we do that, let me leave the workbench and let's go to our inventory and check what we're wearing. Because it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, it was the gloves. I thought it was the boots. We didn't really change anything else, did we? I'm looking for the item with crafting on it. Because right now we are unable to craft. So let's check the stuff we stored. Wow, this is a whole lot better than anything else we have. Except it doesn't have lock picking on it, but I'll show you how we get around that in a minute. And let's check gloves, because I thought the gloves, there it is. Goldsmith gloves gives us crafting. All right, so now that we've done that, let's go to gloves. Put on the goldsmith gloves for crafting level 1. And while we're here, we can equip the robe and use the workbench. So now you can see we can do some upgrades, at least level 1. So we can smooth out the handle, gives us more damage to armor. We can increase the stun, we can increase the physical damage, or we can increase the fury generation. So if we have to use it, I want to increase the fury generation. And you can see it takes 1 leather and 1 crude iron on the bottom left, small price to pay. So we'll upgrade the handle and then the pommel. So this one is stun, this one's fury generation, this one is physical damage, and this one is armor damage. So let's just go with physical damage again. Takes 4 crude iron, we have 38. So we're good with that. And it's done. So now you can see it. And we go back, and then, oops, the next thing I want to check is this one right here. So the lock pouch, we're going to recycle it. Unfortunately, we can't undo it. 50% on everything. Let's just check our robe and see. Lock pouch. Let's do the lock pouch so that we have lock picking +1 here. Shoulders, balance, and armor. Usually I pick both items equally. So you can see this one's more armor and less balance. This one is a lot more armor and even less balance. This one is more balance and less armor. And this one is kind of equal to both. So it's 12 points however you want to spend it. I'm going to spend it in the middle here. 2 crude iron, 2 leather, small price to pay. And then we can go breastplate, which is armor and balance again. So we'll pick that. Go to this one. We'll recycle and see what we get. Oh, we got 1 leather. So we bad RPG on that one. Or RNG, I guess. We had 4 items at 50%. We hit on 1. So that was pretty bad. But that's what happens sometimes. So all this stuff we don't have anymore except for the sleeping potions, which we don't really care about. So let's change characters. Siora, generally want her with us when we're in the woods. So this gives her elemental. This is the knot gear. Hers, oh, it has both. So those aren't any good, but this one gives her more balance and more armor. It gets rid of all the poison resistance, but I think this is probably the best choice for us at this point for her. Oops. Oh, we're still at the workbench, my bad. So let's just change characters from here. Hunter's tunic, give her this one. It's equipped. Hunting gloves. Not too worried. This is on easy, so we're not going to worry about the resistances too much. So we'll give her the dueling gloves. We'll check feet. She's got hunting boots. Marquee boots are a little better for her. I think that probably makes sense. I don't think we have anything that, yeah, no melee weapons to help her. Okay. Kurt. I think he's wearing the best hat we have. Yeah. And probably the best breastplate we can give him. Yep. Reinforced soldier's gloves. He could wear these ones. Give him a little bit more armor. His balance goes down by 1. I'm not sure we want to. It's not really, probably not worth it. His gloves are reinforced. That's why the numbers are good, even though it's a gray. Not going to worry about it at this point. Probably the same with the boots. Let's check it out. Yeah, same kind of deal. So let's go to Vasco. He's got pretty good boots. gloves, those are pretty good. Desk, pretty good. Neck, there's nothing he can wear. Let's check his hat. This one we might be better at. Slightly better, he loses some elemental magic resistance, but we get poison resistance and the loot chance goes up, so that's good. So we'll change that out for him. We already switched up the weapon for him, so he should be in good shape now. All right. Vasco, we can speak to him.
Desarde, I'd like to know more about my family. I need to know what became of them. Could you accompany me to see Lady Morange? I'm afraid that without you, she may refuse to give me any information.
Another time, if you don't mind.
Did you want anything else?
I must leave you.
Okay, so we got another quest from Vasco. Need to compose our team. We'll remove Kurt, Wad, Siora. Since we're going into the wilderness. So let's head off to Ulan. And some more baddies we can deal with.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if we can ward off this fate.
All right, down they go. Easy peasy, because that's the level we're playing on, is the easy peasy level. Let's take a quick look at the map. Where we came in is below us. See all these places right here? This is where we, oh well, that one's, there's where we need to go. So we got a long ways across the map to go. Let's just hang a quick lefty. Sprint over here to the camp. Set up camp. 1 of 4. And there's another skill shrine right over here. Before we attack that, let me loot. There we go, a skill shrine. So I think now let's check on skills. We have 2 points available, which will allow us to have Shield of the Enlightened. So Shield of Enlightened, we want to bind that you can see we have one spot left, which is straight up. So now that one is bind to that spot. Techniques we don't have. We don't care about light at this point. So there we go. Those are done. In the map, we'll just mark these if we can as we're going along.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Ah, he died before our fury got off. That's unfortunate. Again, I remind you about the furies. Keep an eye on those. It's kind of unfortunate when they fire off and you don't have anyone left to hit with them. And this is just a caravan, so you can go between cities if you want. Here are some more knuckleheads looking to die.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
We leveled. Everybody dead. So it might just seem like a waste of time to you, but you know, the XP is always good, right? Oh, we're back. Sorry. Skills. So you can see the shield now keeps you from being knocked down as much. So we'll continue to do that because we'd like to get to Storm as soon as we can. Let's go back to the map. And we need to continue to go this way. So let's put a marker on this one. And this is the way we need to go. Did we? No points there. Oh, we have a talent point available. That's what it was trying to tell us. So we could push intuition all the way up now if we want. We could pick a crafting one. Or vigor, charisma. I'm going to take charisma. Science if you want to make some stuff, but we can reassign points later. To help out with some of our conversations. So there you go. Which reminds me, let's put the warrior gauntlets back on. This map, this is just a little roundabout area right here. We'll come here later, but let me show you. So this is another place during our quest we will come. We have to do some stuff there. Anyways, giving you a heads up on it. Guess we don't have to do that, but you can see over here this tree's got stuff if you want to loot on it. Alright. We got another one. So plus the foxes, I don't know where we're at now, 5 or so. Not very much. We've got a bunch more to go. Conveniently, there's another camp right here. Obviously, you can see we got something that's a big deal right back here, which is our town where we're going, our city, village, metropolis. So that we can talk to Ulan. Again, there's other things to do here, but we're going to move the story along. We'll come back later. Do some looting while we're here. Rob our hosts, if you will. Alright, let's talk to him.
Bertie Dumad, I am Ulan, chief of the village of Vignamri. You have a peculiar face, and it looks familiar. I didn't know that people from the continent could bear the mark of the Onol Manawi. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I met a member of your clan in New Serene.
Oh, so you are the strange. I am very grateful to you. May the trees along. I knew the Renaigse could be good. And you proved to. You are someone that the kings of the Renaigse respect and listen to. Are you not?
As the legate of the congregation, it is true that I can talk to all the governors of this island.
That is what I thought. I need your help to talk to the leader of the great city of Hikmet.
About what?
I want to meet him to offer a peace treaty between his clan and mine. The Sisagnameis. Many kings want to chase the Renaigse away from the island, especially the kings of Hikmet. But I know we could learn many things from them, and we could arrange a great deal.
I see. I can indeed talk to the governor about your desire to make peace.
If you do talk to him,
So
can you
easy,
also
we pick
tell
up a
him
new quest.
that one of my clansmen has come to trade with his town. I sent him some time ago, but I was told that the soldiers did not let him in. He fears for his life, because some other clan, he could be attacked at any moment, alone on the road.
Very well. I will make sure that he obtains permission to enter.
Okay, so there we go. Bunch more experience points. And we are in business. Here's a fast travel point. So this guy we're going to talk to later when we come back. And you can see there's another skill altar. So let's go ahead and mark that one. We'll run down there. But this, we want to follow Vasco's quest. So especially on extreme difficulty, you'll want to make sure that you are hitting every one of these skill altars. And as I run you through this, I'll show you when we're on extreme. We'll hit all these for sure. Because you need to be all skilled up in order to do well on the extreme level, obviously. That's why they call it extreme difficulty.
A bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
There we go, all done. All right, there we go. Skill altar around the corner. Let's do some more looting. Obsidian saber. So we need to get to that one. You need level 1 science, which we don't have at the moment. So let's head back to our camp so we can travel anyways, makes traveling easier. And see if we can add some science. So you can see we have a bunch of stuff. Let's check this one in. So we can add science by having a flask potion. So let's step out of the workbench, go to the inventory, change to the gloves for the goldsmith gloves, go back to the workbench. Flask pass gives us science 1. We'll assemble that. Oops. We have one upgrade spot here, so let's check and see. Equal balance in armor. Alright, so before we use the workbench, we need to go back and we need to switch to this. use the workbench for science now. See, some of these potions are level 1, some are level 3. Alright, so let's head back and see. Now that we have science level 1, it'll allow us to get through the wall there. And there we go. Another skill point. So you can see it helps to have a set of gear that you can do a lot of things with. We'll continue to add to this. So you see the shield gives us more fury. Then as we go along, it helps our allies and magic resistance. Because where we're trying to get is right here to storm. And that's a 3-point buy. I'm going to go back to this one. I think everything else we're in good shape on, right? Nope, we need to switch this back to the Warrior's Gauntlet. Let's check. So much better. See with Vasco. So we'll give him that. It's not as good. All right. We're halfway to level 10 already. We're like kicking butt and taking names. So let's check the map and see if there's anything else we can find on our way out. Not sure if this is another camp. It'll tell us if it's a camp. So in the meantime, if we just run straight, we can move on through to the world. So on the map, let's... Oh, offer Vasco. We need to talk to him before we go. So let's speak to him, because we said we'd put it off.
I'd like to know more about my family.
And then we'll
I need to
tell
know
him
what became
we're
of them. Could
on
you
the
accompany
bandwagon,
me
ready
see
to go
Lady
with it.
Morange? I'm afraid that without you, she may refuse to give me any information.
All right, Vasco. Let's go see Lady Lorraine Morange.
Alright, so there we go. Wants us to go the other way, but it doesn't really matter. You can go any way and travel. So you can see we got a bunch of quests we can do here. So we're going to go to the Desarde residence. So then we just have to wait for the menu. It wasn't fully loaded yet. You can see some special piece of equipment award bonus talent points. We know this already. Yep, skull. It's higher, it's much higher than yours. It's typical for any of these kind of RPGs. All right, so here we are. Our companion should stay the same. Oh, let's, yeah, won't matter for this quest. I was going to bring Kurt, but it's fine. So for this quest, it's over here. And there she is.
Good day, Lady Morange. Do you remember me?
Of course, Lady de Sardet, isn't it? I hope that you and your cousin have grown to like it here. But I have little reason to believe you have paid me a visit to exchange civilities. Can I be of service?
We would like to have some information regarding an important family, the Darcys.
Well, I could tell you many things about them, but I suppose that you want to know something in particular?
Are there any members of this family on the island?
Indeed, Bastien Darcy, the son of the family, has been in New Serene for some time. Last I heard about it, he was doing business, but that doesn't help in knowing where he is. The Darcys' first attempt at establishing themselves on this island wasn't very fruitful, but I seem to recall that since then the son has found a competent associate who's been working here for a long time.
Perfect. Could you tell us where to find her?
Of course. Ask for a Madame Clerc near the warehouses on the port. That's where she normally is. I hope the Darcys are not in trouble.
Do not worry, madam. Their name was simply mentioned in some business discussions. We are thinking about becoming associates. We would like to know more about them to form an opinion.
If you ask me, you should forget this idea, Your Excellency. Their son is a poor business partner.
Why do you say that?
I do not mean to speak ill of him. Perhaps it would be better for you to form your own opinion.
Well, thank you for your help, madam.
Can I help you with any other matter?
Interesting comments. So we will leave at this point.
I have to go. Goodbye.
We will head out and we will do a save at this point, and we will continue on with the game next time on this stream. So thank you all for joining. Remember to friend and follow us on Twitch, like our videos, and subscribe on YouTube. And we will see you next time. And this one is for Harley.